If you believe that in order to learn science, you truly have to experiment, then this video is for you. In previous videos, we've introduced you to all you need to know about Lab4Physics app and the teacher portal. In this video, we will show you how to plan your first class with Lab4Physics. So, downloading the app as a teacher, that's step number one. Previously, we showed you how to download the Lab4Physics app, and if you haven't done that already, go to App Store or Google Play Store and do it now. Once you've downloaded the app, begin the session by logging in with the username and password given to you by the Lab4U team member or one of its partners. Second, logging into the teacher portal. So using the same username and password, we invite you to log into the teacher portal so that you will have access to all the available resources, teacher instructions, and lab reports where you will be able to choose what you would like to teach. So once you're logged in, we will go to the experiment section. Now you can choose which of the units you would like to teach in the teacher portal. So we have resources available in the following categories: movement, waves, force, and energy. Click on the unit you would like to teach and you will see all the list of available experiments along with their respective documents. When you have chosen one, download the lab report and the teacher instruction, and we suggest that you read the teacher instructions carefully so that you have a clear understanding of how to conduct or run the experiment with your class. Additionally, it's important for you to review the list of materials included in the experiment so that you can ask the students to bring in those materials before the day of the experiment, for example, a toy car or a plastic bag. For the lab report, we recommend one of these options. Since Lab4Physics activities are conducted in groups of 3, we suggest that you print out only one lab report per group. However, if you would like to use this document to evaluate students individually, we suggest that you print out one lab report per student. If you don't have resources to print or you want to save some trees, you can project the report onto the wall using a projector or a classroom TV. If the school where you work has no projector, then we suggest using the document as a guide and writing the questions on the whiteboard or chalkboard. Now, what to do so that most of your students or all your students download the app? The first thing you should do is give your students their usernames and passwords. We suggest that you download and print out the document that the Lab4U team or its partner provided you. Once you're ready to give this information to your students, we recommend calling them up in alphabetical order in order to give them their usernames individually. If you can use your attendance list for this step, you can also be able to create a list with usernames that can be accessible in your lesson planner or in some other type of file. The password is usually the same for every student, so you can write it down in the whiteboard or projector. Once you've done all this, each student should have the name and his username and password for the app. Now you're ready to ask your students to download Lab4Physics. And here we have two possible scenarios. School or classroom without internet. So if your school or classroom does not have internet, we suggest that you ask your students to download the app as part of their homework. They should be able to complete the download at their homes or in some other place that has internet access, for example, a library or a Starbucks. It's important to communicate 3 points to your students: the name of the application that they should download, in this case Lab4Physics, tell them that they should log in with the username and password given to them by their teacher. They should not create an account, they just have to log in. They will have to download the first experiment that they're going to do in their class. Make sure to tell them that the name of the experiment, what the name of the experiment is and in which category it is. For example, spin till you're dizzy in the movement category. We suggest that you show your students how to download an experiment, keeping in mind that you've seen how to do this in one of our previous videos. This process is very easy. You just have to open the experiment and slide the download button to green. Now, schools or classrooms with internet, If your school or classroom has internet, you can talk with the person in charge of technology or the person in charge of the computer lab to find out where the Wi-Fi network is strong enough to allow the entire class to download the app at the same time. If not, you can ask the students to take turns completing the download process. Now you're ready to hold your first class with Lab4Physics. All you have to do is follow the teacher's instructions and have fun with the experiment.